Good evening and welcome once again to the Varlastan Circle, a D&D 5e adventure in a homebrew setting brought to you by Penance RPG, an actual play podcast and Twitch variety stream. You can find out more about Penance RPG at penancerpg.com or in the stream information below. I'm Lunrwolf, an occasional variety streamer and creator of the Varlastan setting. I'll be guiding our cast through the trials that await them this evening. First up, introducing Aria.
I am Dragon. I am playing Aria, who is a Aasimar ranger. Just thinking of where we left off, Aria is probably a bit horrified at the moment. Horrified's probably the right word, and highly entertained to see just what diplomacy we're about to see in action.
That sounds about right. And Silic.
Hello, I'm Edom. My character is Silic. He's a Tortle paladin who's gone through something of a crisis of faith and really took his anger out last time on the troll. Really smashed that thing pretty good. And yeah, he's walking in alongside Malixire into the belly of the beast to have a quick word, and we'll see how that goes.
It'll be interesting. And Jack.
Hi, I'm Amy. I play Jack, our happy-go-lucky Rockno. We're keeping to the shadows and making sure our buddies' backs are covered. So Jack's concentrating.
Always a good idea. And last but by no means least, Malixire.
I'm Coakley. I'm playing Malixire, a Tiefling Divine Soul Sorcerer. And yeah, much like Silic, there's been something of a crisis of faith going on that I can really only seem to ease off with a lot of fire. So, diplomacy's nice, and we'll try it first. But yeah, here's hoping.
Here's hoping for lots of fire. And without significant further ado, Aria, can you remind us where we were last time? And we'll get straight back into it.
So we've just come into a larger clearing in a forest, and there is an altar with dark stains over it, like water, except it's dark, so it's probably blood. And Opener doesn't know of any sacrificing cults in the area, but then goes on about how to talk to us about how there are those every so often who indulge in distasteful things. So they're clearly up to no good. Jack and I are hiding at each side, while Silic and Malixire are going to go kind of straight on and attempt to talk to them, distract them. We'll find out.
We will indeed.
We'll see how the conversation goes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay, so Aria and Jack, I'm going to assume that you are just going to be taking your covering positions. Shout if you want to chime in with anything. But we'll cut immediately to Silic and Malixire as they contemplate their approach.
I mean, they're probably not great guys, but I don't know, we could pretend to be traveling merchants.
It'll be a start. We can see if they've got anything that if they want to trade, at the very least. I doubt it, but it's a conversation starter.
Yeah. I mean, it beats my other option of going in and starting singing.
Well,
I don't think we'd pass. Don't we'd convincingly pass as a traveling band.
Well, we know a few tunes, that's for sure, but I don't know. They don't look the type, that's for sure. I think you should take the lead. I can pose as your caravan guard.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, then before I walk in, I will cast ability. I can't even remember what the actual thing is called. Enhance ability.
You've already got
Already did
enhance
that?
ability active.
Perfect. Yeah, so that should give me advantage on all my charisma checks. So I will stroll in, possibly whistling a tune just in case that does catch their attention.
Okay. As you approach, you can see that there are 5 people around the around this stone. One of them appears to be wearing quite remarkably shiny clothes, whilst the others are wearing a collection of things that approximate black. They're very clearly not well funded as cultists go. The chap in the shiny outfit spots you first and steps forward, rubbing his hands together. Hello, what's this then?
Ah, a friendly face. Always so good to see. Me and my colleague here are traveling merchants. We saw a small get together over here and figured we would see if we could ply our wares, see if there was anything that you were looking to trade for.
We don't necessarily go in for a lot of trading.
Hmm.
But,
Well, that's...
well,
We have a fairly wide
your
stock.
companion here. What would you be trading for your companion now?
Oh,
What?
no.
I am not for sale.
Don't be silly. I'll go over and slap the back of Silic's shell and... No. This is my bodyguard. Us wealthy merchants can't be going too far without someone to protect us. He's not on the block.
Yes, what do you do around here? Talking of buying and selling people.
Most of the point, it's who's on the block. I think your posh friend is wrong, because you are definitely on the block, my turtley friend.
Oh? And he reaches
Parthic will have you! Roll initiative.
his... Okay.
Oh,
Those are
17.
the noises I like to hear. What do we have?
Oh, that's a 7.
7 for a
no. And 6 for me. Hurrah.
Silic, can you salvage anything from this mess?
17?
17,
Hey!
that's better.
Hey!
Harry,
17.
also 17. Okay. I don't know which of you has the higher dex bonus offhand. Half a sec.
I've got +2.
You've got +2, then you have a higher initiative.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. So, Silic, apparently Parthic wants you. What are you going to do about that?
Am I close enough to get into melee combat with him?
Oh, yes.
Let the smiting begin.
That's always
Anger
the best
management.
part.
Let's take a swing at him and, yeah, use Divine Smite.
Okay.
Ooh, 20.
A 20 certainly
Nat
hits.
20. So that's with my war pick 1d8. Where's the d8? There we go. That's a 4 plus 3, so 7 with the basic hit, and then the Divine Smite is 2d8, so 3 and a 5.
Okay, so that's 15. A solid hit to the head. He looks very unhappy about that.
And
His robes are a little bit torn from the rebound swing, and there's blood definitely trickling down his head.
Okay,
I think you have a second attack as well.
I do. Just noting that I've spent one slot. There we go. I will do the same thing again. So that's a 19 to hit.
That hits as well.
And then a 7 plus 3, so 10 for the basic attack. 6 and a 7 for the smite.
Ooh.
That's another 23. Good lord. You're something
Damage
of a,
machine.
something of a monster. Your second swing smacks him under the face, and he goes flying backwards into the midst of the rest of the group. All of whom seem to be producing an awful lot of very spiky-looking objects and waving them in your direction.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you want to do in your action?
Is there anything that I could do particularly to prepare? I don't think so. I will point at the closest enemy and use Vow of Enmity to gain advantage against it for a minute.
Okay. You have a vow of enmity against one of the cultists. That's fine. Harry,
Yes.
What's up?
I am going to aim at the one that's closest to me
Okay.
with my longbow,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully my shooting has improved in the whole couple of hours it's been.
We'll find out.
We
in a
shall
second.
see. Maybe not. 9?
A 9 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Funny
Your,
that.
your arrow disappears into the undergrowth.
As long as I don't hit Jack, it's fine.
Oh no.
I shouldn't say that when I still have a second attack to
Yeah.
make, but
That one was nowhere near anybody important.
I just cursed myself.
Of course you did. Is that a natural one?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's get funky.
I should just learn to stop talking.
I mean, where would the fun be in that? Okay, we have 9 viable targets, including yourself. Or are you going to be lucky? You are going to be lucky, but I'm not sure how. Your attempt at shooting a cultist capsizes massively as your bowstring snaps on release. The arrow flies off and you can't see where it went until you hear a gurgle from the back of the group. And the prone cultist with the golden robes has mysteriously sprouted flights in his throat. I don't know how you did that, but you did it.
I'll take it.
You will, however, have to spend some time restringing your bow. It's going to hamper you for a little while. Okay.
I will get to that and hope that everyone else can distract them long enough they don't come racing towards me.
Yep. Okay, let's see what's going on. So the cultist that you attempted to shoot at, Aria, is going to start moving towards Silik and Malaxai, because he has a scimitar. He looks very threatening with it. He is pushing forward as fast as he can, brandishing it threateningly in your faces, and can't quite reach you. He looks very scary, but also very silly. The one that you targeted for your enmity, Silic, is going to unleash a crossbow against you. Which snaps in his hand, because apparently it's all natural ones all the time here tonight. And he sits down for a moment to contemplate his life choices, and also to rub his arm better, because that's stuck. The one beside him hopes that he has better fortune with his crossbow, and he does, although I don't think a 17 hits you, Silic. I think you are sturdier stuff than that. So that arrow skites off you into the undergrowth, never to be seen again. And the final cultist is going to use a longbow, and I think he has managed to hit Malixai.
Yeah, probably. My AC is 11, so.
Yeah, you are longbowed in the face, my friend.
Perfect.
In the face.
How many hit points is that?
Hopefully not too many relative to your hit point.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's only a flesh wound. It is, in fact, only a flesh wound. The arrow catches you, but really only tears a gouge through your shoulder. You take 3 hit points of damage.
Too bad.
You can deal with that.
Yeah. Need
Yeah.
to stitch up my robes.
Can you shoot for anything?
Sorry, is it me?
It is you.
It is me. I thought you said me, but I wasn't sure.
I did say you.
I would. Jack is going to shoot his crossbow at the nearest cultist. So we're gonna.
Like a man. Short bow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is a 22 to hit.
Goodness. That certainly hits. The arrow strikes.
And that's sneak attack as well. So that's 3d6. 3. No, that's d20, isn't it? No. And that is a 12 damage.
Okay. That cultist sprouts an arrow, quite to his surprise. He looks somewhat uncomfortable about that. That's the one that Ariar failed to shoot. Okay, do you have a second attack?
Do I?
I don't. No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No.
No. You are not that fortunate, I'm afraid.
Not yet. Not yet.
It will come in time. Which brings us then to Malixire.
So you know how you said that Silic is a bit of a monster when it comes to a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see about making sure. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to cast Haste as a bonus action. So literally walk up behind him and say, all right, son, it's time to start kicking ass for the Lord, and snap my fingers under his nose to send a little gust of what I can only assume is effectively magical speed up his nose, but that'll do.
I'm ready to fight anything.
So, for haste, that means that Selic, your movement speed is doubled. You get an extra 2 points of AC. You have advantage on all your dexterity saving throws, and you get an additional action each turn. So you could attack 3 times. That action can only be used for attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. But basically, yes, you've got an extra action. It will wear off. It will wear off in a minute. So, and you won't be able to move for a whole round. So I better hope that you do this well.
Fingers crossed.
And as that was a bonus action, I should still have a full action to cast Fireball onto the group of ne'er-do-wells. I guess if one of them's kind of running up to us, he might be too close, so I'll target the group at the back to make sure I don't accidentally flash fry all of us.
You can't cast another spell in your turn
Oh,
other than
can
a
you not?
cantrip.
Okay, in that case, the guy who's running that is getting a face full of fireballs.
I was going to say, it doesn't really limit your style very much.
No. I always have options. So I will roll. No, that's definitely a miss.
Are you setting
that
fire to the
is-
undergrowth?
Well, I mean, technically that is a 10.
That is a miss.
There's a chance. Yeah, I thought so. Then yes, I'm just shooting fire off at every angle I can in order to beat a hasty retreat.
I see. Okay, well that brings us back to the top of the round, and it brings us back to surprisingly overcharged Zillick.
Okay. I'm going to stomp right up to the guy that I gave the vow of enmity to, and I'm going to start wailing on him once again, and we're going to Divine Smite once again at level 1. So,
Do it.
to hit, that's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit. Your aim is true.
Oh, hang on, that's the one guy. 1 second. And then a 10 for the initial damage. A 7 and a 6. And I'll roll again for the next attack. In fact, what was that first? So I'm rushing.
So your strike on him smacked him straight in the face, and he crumples like a sack of potatoes. A second attack on this particular gentleman would serve only to further spread his remains across the floor in front of you.
Okay. So does that leave me with one action having moved and then attacked?
You've
with
moved.
the haste.
You've moved part of your maximum movement, so it would be reasonable to complete the distance you can move.
Okay. Can I make it to the next guy?
You can make it to the next guy. That's fine.
Okay. In a blur, you just see Silic move on to the next one and take a swing.
The fastest
that would
turtle
be-
known to man.
Again, lucky today. This is a dirty 20 for a hit.
That's a hit.
And again, I'm going to Divine Smite this. So the initial damage is, oh, nice. That's 11 for the initial. And then a 4 and an 8 for the smite.
Your strike upon this poor unfortunate takes his head clean off of his shoulders.
Oh, damn.
This is the turtles therapy session.
just running through things at this point. Just, oh, I almost feel bad for these guys.
No, you don't, Select. No, you don't.
I mean, me personally. They didn't know what they had coming. Nor did I, really.
They didn't know
It's
they didn't know what they were asking for, but they were asking for something. Indeed, they were literally asking to buy you to sacrifice you. So I think they probably do have it coming, really.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, Ari.
Yes. How far away am I?
You would need to run to get close enough to do anything, and that would mean that you didn't do anything till next turn.
Have I managed to restring my bow?
It'll take you till the end of this round if you are going to restring your bow.
I'll restring the bow.
Okay.
To be fair, it looks like Silic has it covered. So
It might
Still
be
looks managing fine.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a moot point. Yeah, that's fine. You can restring your bow because you're not particularly under a great deal of personal pressure right now. So I'm not going to make you care about that beyond the fact that it costs you your turn. Okay.
oh well.
Moving through the remarkably short list of other people in the initiative order. A chap with a crossbow is going to take a pot shot at Malixire because Silic is looking far too like he's going to murder everybody, and not enough like he's a good target for a crossbow. And he strikes true. His crossbow bolt flies directly at you, and that is going to sting a little bit.
I would assume so.
I would assume so too. That seems like a good idea to me. We are. That's not the right die. I'm shocked that was the wrong die. We need a bigger die.
Oh.
So that is that bolt is going to pierce your skin most uncomfortably. You're going to need a hand to get that out. And that is going to do 8 points of damage to you.
Okay. Is this guy within 60 feet of me?
Oh, that's always a good question. Based on layout so far, yes, he is.
Then I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke, which I can cast as a reaction to being damaged. I'm going to...
Let me double check that.
Absolutely.
Sorry, can you also make a concentration check for me, just while I'm checking this?
Oh, I forgot about concentration. That'll be a 9.
That, your final answer?
Yep. Unfortunately, yes.
Sorry, just to double check, is that your final answer, including your +7 Constitution modifier? That really says +7. That does unfortunately say +7. I think that might be a typo in your character.
I'm pretty sure that is. My Constitution modifier is +2.
+2. That sounds a lot more reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be a 9. I rolled a 7.
Then your concentration breaks.
Oh.
On a 9.
Well,
Which is going to
That's...
cut short Silic's rampage.
It's really going to cut short his rampage, because once that spell ends, you can't move or take actions until after your next turn.
Yep.
So... yeah, shit.
Yep.
Alright.
You can, however, Hellish Rebuke the chappie with the crossbow.
And in that case, I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot, which should bring it up to 3d10, because I really, really want to make sure that this goes fairly well.
That'll go moderately well. 3 1s, yeah.
So that... actually, only 1 1. A 10, a 9, and a 1, so that is 20 damage.
Nice.
All that the rest of you hear is a crossbow going thwack, and then a guy going hi, petering out as he falls to the ground, smouldering.
Oh, damn.
That's what happens.
That
Remind me to
Would-
not piss off Mal.
that was
Ooh.
certainly what happened.
Let's
Uh,
not accidentally wake him up in a nap.
Oh,
Aye.
that should have been. I was gonna say that should have been 4d10 actually, because I used a 3rd level spell slot. But that's fine. Well,
It's just overkill by now. Never mind.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
dear.
fine. It's fine.
Now calling death of horrendously overpowered fireballs. The final cultist appears to be trying very hard to not run away. And he is picking up the chap in the golden robes who is now getting back to his feet. The cultist with the longbow steps slightly away from him once he is back on his feet, but that is all that's going to happen there. Jack, what can you do?
Jack would like to try and hit the guy in the fancy robes
Again.
again. And that
You can do
is
that.
a 16 to hit.
16 certainly hits him.
And that's a 1d6. No, that button. And that is a 6 damage.
6 points of damage. He looks a little unhappy at having been shot quite so quickly after having just gotten back to his feet, but the arrow doesn't seem to give him too much trouble. Okay. Malixire.
Well,
How many spell slots can you spend in this action phase?
it might be time to break out Old Faithful and go for Fireball again with my last 3rd level spell slot.
As long as you don't catch Silic in it, it's fine.
Fingers
No,
crossed.
he's busy zoning out, staring into space. that come down's a real bitch.
I just have this visual of a turtle with bent over slightly with his hands on his knees, panting.
Yeah. Worn out.
What have I done? Going through his mind.
Yep.
Like, oh, that was a lot of killing in a very, very small amount of time.
So Fireball is 8d6. Let's go for that.
Hey.
For a total of 37 damage, but they do get dexterity saves, these last two guys.
Indeed.
Jesus.
The leader does successfully save, and the other guy also successfully saves.
So they take half damage, which would be... Oh, I suck at math.
18.
Anyone? Half of 37? There we go. 18 damage each.
That does sting rather.
Eee. I can only assume if they both managed to save that he threw up his robes at just the right time to shield him and his friend.
Pretty much.
Using it as a fire blanket.
Yeah.
They're not golden
It's
robes,
shiny.
they're asbestos robes. Oops. Okay, well that brings us back up to the top of the round. Silic, you are breathing heavily and doing nothing.
Okay.
You will recover at the end of your round. Which brings us then immediately to Aria, who has restrung her bow. His bow, sorry. His bow, her bow. I can never remember. I apologise, Aria.
I'm not sure if I want to try and shoot again. I don't know. I feel kind of superfluous so far.
Yeah, I think that's fair because
I mean,
Because
You
you've
could run.
you've cocked it up, and Silic's killed 3 guys.
Yep. The time it takes me to restring my bow.
I mean, he's very
Oh.
effective.
It's like he was on some sort of performance-enhancing substance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Licorice roots, to be precise.
Licorice roots.
Is that licorice fruit? What'll do for you?
Okay, I will attempt to shoot. I make no promises, but I'll have a go.
Which one are you shooting? The one with shiny robes or the one without shiny robes?
Shiny robes.
Shiny robes it is.
19.
A 19 will hit.
Finally.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm going to add Colossus Slayer onto the damage.
Mhm.
Because I might as well while I have the chance.
You might as well use it when you can.
Yep. So that is
I'm going to save you the math.
total of 12.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll save you the maths because the answer is more than 2.
Yes.
So your arrow flies into his face and he falls over backwards. He's probably not standing back up again. And your second attack? I think you get a second attack.
I do.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't.
Go, Harry. Go, Harry.
12.
A 12 just misses. The arrow flies past his face and he looks startled and slightly grateful.
I mean, it's the second best shot I've done all night, so.
You got one of them.
Yep.
You got one? You got one?
Let
Just-
the kill
just
count,
ignore me.
Yep, let the kill count show that you've killed 2. Because your botched arrow did take the priest down for the first time.
That's right.
Yep.
True. I was very lucky.
Okay, let's see who's left in the initiative order. The answer is a smouldering cultist with a longbow. He is going to turn tail and flee.
Probably a smart move.
Probably. You will be able to shoot him in the back or fireball him in the back if you so wish. Otherwise, he will be gone in within the next round.
Oh,
I'll be making sure there's a firebolt for him.
Jack,
Well, yeah, we don't want them spreading word about us, so we're shooting them again in the back.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is a 7.
you're not shooting anybody in the back.
I'm not shooting anybody.
Fortunately, you are not shooting anybody else in the back either.
I've never been happier to see a 2.
And Malixire.
Yep. That's a. Oh, that's a 26 for my firebolt, which will do 2d10 damage.
26 seems a little excessive to me. Anybody else?
Yeah. For a total of 18 damage.
That's also
I
very,
am-
very firmly excessive because he was.
I am
actually
making
dead
sure.
Anyway. You have certainly
Yeah.
made sure. You could probably, if you had marshmallows, you could probably toast them over the corpse of that cultist for the next few minutes. Okay, well, that was messy and spectacular,
Right.
but you have cleared out a small group of cultists.
All right.
Loot.
Yes, fancy rogue man.
While you were looting, I need to go let the cat in.
Yeah,
Because he
so-
sounds like a very sad squeaky mouse.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
definitely having a look at those robes.
Okay.
Dunno, they might be a bit too flashy for you.
I think they'll be far too
Well, you know.
flashy for him and not very effective, as shown by their current wearer.
Well, I need something to patch up the holes that I've got from all these arrows and bolts. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to sit you down and pull
So,
that out.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's fine. I have healing.
So a little bit of looting around. The priest, you can identify now. You can get a good look at them. He was wearing cloth of gold vestments, which have a little bit of sale value, but not a great deal of utility value. And around his throat is a gold locket.
Does it open?
It does. Are you opening it?
Somebody check it first for like curses and stuff, because this is this whole place is new. So check that.
I'll
first
open it.
before we... Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna check it, but I'll open it.
Okay. I guess. Can I detect good and evil? I'm just checking my skills.
I mean, Malixar says he's going to open it, so if he wants to be foolhardy,
When am I not?
I know. You open the locket, and it contains only a painted portrait of a man. You don't recognize him. But again, the locket will have a little bit of sale value.
Yeah.
You've also noticed, between you, a stone at the base of the altar that looks completely out of place. Because it's the only stone at the base of the altar. So it's clearly there for a reason.
How big is this thing?
It's about the size of both your fists together.
Okay.
Jack's gonna wander over it, and with investigation, can I see if it's maybe a rock from our side?
You can.
If it looks out of place.
You can try. It's a bit of looking at it and thinking suggests that it's not so much that it's maybe a rock from the other side of the veil as that it just looks like it's been put there deliberately.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to all of the bones scattered around, which are more or less just knocked off the top of the boulder after things have been sacrificed.
Then Jack will take a stick and poke it with one of the bones. Just take a leg bone, just be like, pry it, see if I can lift it slightly.
Yep, you can
Ooh,
push it
what's this?
aside. That's fine. There's a little hole behind it, which contains a frankly amazing amount of money. Clearly, they've been at this racket for quite a long time, and have done very well out of it. There's also a number of little bits of small objects, little arty things. Again, nothing that's useful, but will have some value. And there is a scroll that you don't immediately recognize. So if you pick up, if you want to pick up the five objects plus the scroll, and a ridiculous amount of money that I'm just going to paste into chat because I can't even remember how to say that in real terms for D&D currency, but it's thousands and thousands. And my brain has just decided it doesn't want to play ball with saying
That's
that
a
one.
lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Oh, money.
A lot of money.
Wow.
Is that platinum?
Platinum pieces.
Good
Hmm.
God.
110 platinum.
Harry,
You're on mute.
I am.
no,
No,
there we are.
No, Arian.
Fine. Then how much of the... Goodness me.
Just a stupid
Well,
amount
Yeah.
of money.
we'll all be buying new stuff at the next merchant.
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Buying
we
all the best
will.
stuff.
Your
We'll
main
be actually able to pay our way.
your main problem is going to be how you're going to carry that much money.
Oh.
Well, Silic's pretty strong, provided we got something to put this in. He can have a big swag bag on his back, I guess.
I was going to say, I'm sure we'll find a way of doing it.
Yeah.
Can I say, if worst comes to worst, I do have a needle and thread, and I can very easily turn that cloth of gold, semi-useless robes into a nice
A
little
sack.
fancy carrying bag.
And then we can buy a bag of holding, hopefully, maybe, or something.
Mm.
So just
People don't have
just-
enough to eat here. Do you really think we're going to find...
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
was
go back to
gonna
the other
say, that'd be the other
side and be
question.
able to retire.
Yeah, and
like
just as a point of reference, although we don't go a bundle on specifically tracking carrying capacities, 50 coins weigh a pound.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
okay.
You might have
So-
to split that haul up between people.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said that these guys have been doing this for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have like a cart that they might use, like either for collecting or disposing of bodies, or that they've stolen at some point when they've nabbed people off the road?
You can't see
Just on
anything
the
of
off
that
chance.
nature kicking
They-
around.
They must have a shelter nearby. Or something.
That would
at
seem
least.
sense. It
Yeah.
would seem like they ought to have if you want to go hunting for it.
Mm.
Seems like a good idea.
Well, I'll cover it back up for now. Or at least some of it.
We,
'Cause can't
we should
carry
leave.
it all.
We should leave someone to stand guard.
Well, if we take the platinum first,
The platinum's
Mm.
the thing that's probably least useful because it's the thing that you're going to have the most trouble spending.
Yeah, I was going to
Mm.
say it would be the equivalent of walking in with a £500 bill. Like,
it depends on
you
how
know,
big of a location we can find. If we can find a city, then
I don't think there are cities over here.
Well, you're,
Like-
you're currently
Cities require sufficient abundance of food and crops.
Yeah.
you're currently 2/3 of the way to the next slightly larger town. The city might be a little bit of a challenge at this stage.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to...
We could just bury it in a different place and come back and get it once we go and check if they've got a car or a camp or something. Because there could be horses there or...
It's not a bad idea.
I think we should take some of it with us.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we take some of it
could
with
definitely
us.
Carry a fair bit
Yeah.
Mhm.
between
But
us.
we just don't need to
Um,
take it all.
So
We'll
what
take-
do we
we
want to
can
leave
take the
behind?
gold.
But we just
we can
take
take the
half.
gold.
Take the gold and leave the rest?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
then.
Okay. Okay.
Because that's still a lot of gold.
It is. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
Try to remember what all of our numbers were before.
I just remember Arya carries the coin purse.
Yep.
But this is a bit
Yep.
too much for the coin purse.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
To be fair, if we are really struggling, we could just take like 100 gold. That's probably more than, most of these people have seen in their existence, given that they mostly trade for things. So we could just take 100 gold and buy a cart we could probably hire a bunch of workers to come and carry all the stuff for us if needed with that 100 gold. Like,
But then we lose the element of surprise then.
Unless, honestly, the money is just a means to an end. And if we bury it, we're probably not going to be able to work out where the hell it is if we manage to reunite the two sides of the veil.
Mm.
On the other hand, it doesn't really matter because we're strangers here and we are probably being hunted by the inner circle back on our side of the veil. So, frankly, money is a luxury that we can't focus too much on right now.
No. Survival is key.
So we take what we can, and then we need to see if we can figure out how to reverse whatever it is that was done.
I'm just doing some quick maths. I can see that my character can carry 255 pounds total. And you said it was what, a pound per 50 coins?
Yep.
Okay.
bear in mind you are already carrying a sword and assorted other bits and bobs.
Probably comes up to about £50 maybe total, looking at all of that maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think there's a great deal of concern about whether you should carry some or probably even all of the coins between you if you so wish. It's just
because I don't
how
think
you go about it.
I don't think we should leave it behind. I could easily carry 1,000 coins.
Yeah.
So
And
we already had...
we could leave with that.
Having just done the maths, if all you're talking about carrying £40 of coins each, if you just split it evenly. So
Oh yeah,
there's
that's doable then.
a lot of coins to have about your person. You're going to make a lot of noise with them, but it's entirely carryable.
So we already had 170 gold. I feel like 500 gold is probably going to cover us for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable?
And we do have stuff to barter with as well, the jewellery, the...
I just don't want to make
The
us into
gold.
targets as well.
Well, I suppose
Yeah.
so, yes.
But, you know, we can each take a wee platinum coin as a reward.
I'm a sneaky sneak. I can't be jingling when I'm sneaking.
This is
They're
fair.
gonna know where I am.
Okay. Then I shall
Yeah.
put in... I shall add somewhere else. Where what the values are that are being left. And I've put in that we've got 4 platinum, just to have it with us.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have.
Yeah.
And
I mean, this is the first time I've seen one of the platinum coins, so
Mm.
Are you also taking the little objects that have got a bit of sale value as well?
Probably not even worth it at this point. We've got money already. We could take more money if we would take that.
what are the objects though? That's
locket.
So there's a
Like, I was
locket.
gonna say-
What else?
jewellery, art objects, I imagine, is like statuettes and...
So there's the locket and the robes. There's a couple of silver jugs. There's a nice black velvet mask with some silver threads and stitching. There's a little mirror in a painted frame and a bone statuette.
Are there any like interesting symbols or anything on them? Any markings?
Nothing particularly interesting. They are just little niceties. There's also the scroll
Little
that
knick-knack.
you can't identify.
I think we should take the
We're
scroll.
definitely taking the scroll.
Yeah,
And,
definitely
you know,
taking that.
I'll take that mask, depending on what happens when we get back home.
Sure.
Okay, so you're taking the scroll and the mask, 4 platinum pieces, and 500 gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the rest will bury properly.
that's fine. Do that.
We will bury a body on top of that, so then if they see the freshly dug hole, they'll notice there's a corpse, and that'll be it. They
then we
won't
have to
dig
go-
That works for
further.
me.
Then we have to
They
go
won't
past the
dig
corpse to
further.
get it back.
That's fine. I'm quite happy to dig through the corpse
Fair enough.
if the gold
We'll use-
is good.
We'll use the really crispy one, because then that way it will only be as juicy when we pick it up.
So very
It's been
practical.
I was going to say pragmatism at its highest.
Indeed. Okay, so that is going to occupy a bunch of your time through the afternoon. It's already starting to get dark by the time you finished messing around with corpses and burying treasure under them.
Mhm.
Do you want to camp in a clearing where there's been sacrifices, or do you want to look for a different campsite?
I think we move a little bit away from
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to
the
move.
ritual
here.
site. The ritual site.
Yeah, we
We
move
go
on as
for
far as possible before night falls. I think away from that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bad juju.
Yeah,
Bad juju.
it's fair enough. Okay, so you move through the tree leaves a bit further on, back on your original heading. It starts to get to the point where you can't really safely walk without producing a light. So that's probably the point where you want to find a camp, unless you really want to walk all night.
Ooh.
No.
No,
Yeah.
not
Not in
really.
a-
But
Yeah.
Just check.
Not in an unknown area.
That's fine. So you camp up for the evening. Little bit of some dinner. Nothing very interesting. And it's pretty much immediately time to set watches.
Yeah. I'll take the first watch, and I'll sit and stitch up my robes.
Okay.
I'll take second.
I'll take
Yeah.
third.
yeah, I will be last. I am traumatized after being so useless.
For shame.
Claudia. She just needs a good night's sleep.
You got some hits. You were alright.
Yeah. You killed a
got
guy.
two
You did
kills.
well.
You got two
Yeah.
kills.
Yeah.
One of them was accidental, but you got two kills.
Yeah, one of
I
them was
could've
accidental
injured
and he stood
you.
back up. But he was technically dead for a moment.
His life flashed before his eyes. He's practically
Mu-
dead.
Much like your arrow past that other guy's eyes. Okay. So, settling in for some sleep. Alex, you have the first watch. Not a lot happens. There's general forest creature noises. Nothing too big, nothing too close, nothing too spooky. Is there anything you want to do particularly other than stitch your robes up?
No, I'm happy with that.
That'll do. Watch passes without incident, and you are free to wake Scylla up.
Yeah.
Silic will pop up then, and yeah, pass off and find out that nothing's happened, and yeah, get ready for the watch.
Yep. It's all good. Much the same for you, Silic. You're in a forest. It's not a very familiar one, but it sounds relatively normal. You can't hear anything crashing around near you. You can't hear anything flying through the air above you looking hungry. It's probably all fine. You've no reason to be overly concerned.
Cool.
Is there anything you want to do during your watch?
Nah, not particularly.
Okay, you're free to wait, Jack.
Ho ho. Okay. Yep.
Nothing happened. So let's hope that continues.
That's news we like to hear.
I'll bid you
Rest
good
up.
night.
Rest up, bud.
Night night. Arms and legs pop in. You know the deal.
I watch as the shuttle drops to the ground.
Must be nice having a trial. I make go as you a bed that you can just go.
You hear a very muffled. Yes, it's very comfortable.
oh, I forgot. Not very
Oh.
private though, is it?
I mean, it's very good if you want to be able to hear what's going on around you.
This is very true.
Okay. Jack, is there anything you particularly want to do during your watch?
Jack will lay out, or at least like put into like little containers, the things for breakfast for when Arya gets up, so she doesn't have to prep them.
Bless you. Okie dokie. Your watch passes without incident otherwise. Nothing comes to investigate the start of the smell of breakfast. And with the first hints that there might be a dawn somewhere in the future, you are free to wake Arya.
Hello. Hello.
Morning, Jack.
Morning. I've set up stuff for breakfast. So all you need to do is toss it on the barbie.
Awesome, thank you.
Doors.
Rubs at her eyes and sits up. Right.
Nothing else happened. Been quiet
That's good.
all night. Wait, I'm gonna get another few hours. Well,
Cool.
Flops into
Enjoy
his
your
bedroll. Flops.
Okay. And much the same for you, Arya. Nothing interesting afoot. There's usual-ish sounds of the forest waking up for the day. A couple of things start to sound like they might come and investigate what your breakfast smells like, but they catch sight or scent of you and think better of it. And dawn breaks. Nothing very interesting afoot at all. You can see now that there's a bit more light. You can see there's a reasonable amount of birds flying around. It's normal. Everything's fine. And nobody appears to have been murdered in the night. So it's a good night's sleep for everyone. You're welcome to wake them all up if you so wish.
Yeah, I shall wake everyone while keeping an eye on the fire and food. Because I wouldn't be surprised if birds tried to steal things.
Get up and do the morning routine. Do some stretches, light exercise.
Make some sandwiches for later.
Oh, I just realised I probably should have checked that scroll while I was on watch. Oh well, I can actually probably read it now, rather than having to do it by firelight. I'll do that over breakfast, see if I can figure out anything about it.
Okay. You can tell that it is not for your reading. You can tell that it's magical. You're not familiar with the particular nature of whatever it contains.
Yeah, that's fair. The joys of being the weird magic casting class.
Yep, pretty much. But I'm sure somebody will want will want it at some point.
Mm.
Okay, nice spot of breakfast. And unless anybody wants to do anything else, we'll get you back underway for the third and hopefully final day of your trek.
I have realised that none of us have asked how the child is after yesterday.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we've forgotten about them.
Like,
Emil.
Oh,
hopefully that
Real.
wasn't too
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
traumatizing. He's probably used to it at this point, I guess.
Yeah, he was surviving on the streets when we met him, so
He was hanging around with us. Either way,
Hmm.
the
Like-
kid's seen worse.
yeah,
He didn't.
a couple of guys
appear-
on fire.
Has he?
Yeah, he didn't
Has he
appear
seen
to-
somebody just bludgeon somebody to death?
Uncle Philip, no!
I mean,
Fine. We
in
told
fair-
him to stay hiding behind a tree and cover
Yep,
his eyes.
yeah.
Not
in
cover
fairness-
his eyes, cover his ears.
Yeah. Other than the part where the guy's head flew off of his shoulders, he's probably seen much of that level of violence in the city streets.
Okay.
He didn't even see the body, he just saw the head flying off. Just spinning.
But fortunately, it still sounded like you were busy dealing with things, so he didn't pop up and ask why you weren't letting him play football. But no, he appears to have slept absolutely fine, and is
I'm-
enjoying his.
I'm
breakfast.
impressed.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before you start your day's walking?
Were we gonna check? Oh no, we've walked past that now. So it's fine. No, I think we were just gonna carry on.
I think
Yeah.
carry on.
Yep. Cragfall awaits after all. Okay, so we get you underway. You start picking out a path through the trees, trying to make sure you're heading in the correct direction. Thankfully, you with Aria in tow, you are unlikely to be turned around. Aria, can you give me a survival check, please?
Yes. Twelve?
Thank you.
Oh wait, we're in one of my favourite terrains, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Go away notes, thank you. Efficiency bonus is double. Okay. Your group can't become lost except by magical
Mhm.
means, remain alert. Can move stealthily at a normal pace, twice as much food.
Yes, but the part that
Yeah.
the part that we are worried about for the purposes of you doing the check is your proficiency bonus being doubled.
I rolled
Ah.
12.
Your survival is not a proficient skill for you, so it
No.
doesn't have any effect. It's fine. Okay. After perhaps an hour's walking through the trees, you spot a wooden house high up in one of the trees. You can just see the tail end of a rope ladder hanging off the edge of the platform. Would you like to investigate it or pass it by?
Is this like a cabin, or are we talking like a full-blown structure built into the tree?
Right, so it's substantial, but it's not ludicrous.
Okay.
So it's not like a kid's treehouse, like an actual. Thing.
It's an actual house in a tree. Not necessarily huge, but
That's very unusual.
Can't hurt to introduce ourselves.
I mean, we could at least ask them some questions about this area, I suppose.
Assuming they're friendly.
Assuming. Be nice.
I am literally the last time we tried to speak to someone, I was very nice.
I don't know. The last time they were dicks anyway, but
Yeah,
be nice.
yeah.
People that live in trees might be easily offended.
Especially things of fire. No
Hmm.
fire unless absolutely necessary.
I think I do have one frost spell. So,
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Your
If they're
fire
not friendly
extinguisher.
and they don't like fire, then, well, that's just bad for them then.
yeah, really.
Do we climb up the rope first, or do we shout from the ground?
Well,
We
you-
shout from the ground.
You shout from the ground because the edge of the rope ladder is only just visible over the platform edge.
Oh, okay.
So they're clearly not just open to casual visitors.
Yeah. Then, once again, I will more than happily cast Enhance Ability. It's never worked for me so far, but maybe this time will be different.
Worth trying.
Yeah. And I will give a curt hello. Hello. Is anyone up there?
Yeah, a rustling and. What do you want?
Jack's just gonna lift up his hand and wave and big grin. Hello!
Oh, we're just travelers from a far off land. We were just hoping to have a chat with you, see how things have been in the local area, see if we can get our bearings a little.
Where are you going?
We
Where
saw
are
a
we
big
going?
town in the distance. We just don't know what it's called. And we're a bit
Cragfall, aye.
lost, actually. Well, we're a bit lost, actually.
You know, lost. You're heading in the right direction. Cragfall's
Are
less
we?
than a day away.
Awesome.
Hey, good.
Is it nice? Is it busy?
It's got people in it.
Is it good trade
That's-
and things? And like an inn and stuff? How big are we
Yeah,
talking?
Probably. Don't pay
Probably.
much mind.
Oh, fair.
Can't
What
go
do you
there
do?
without. If you go there, you can't take proper steps. It's all big steps and little ones. I just keep to myself anyway.
That was an unusual turn of phrase. Big steps and little ones. What do you mean?
Well,
Are the
think
steps
about it.
big?
You're doing all this walking all day. You're taking big steps all the time. Doesn't matter how long your legs are. They're big steps for use. Then in your towns and your cities, they're all people. You take one big step, and then you got to take a little inches. Everyone's in your way.
Oh, I see.
Hmm. Well, while we're here, do you have any need of anything since you're living out here, I assume, by yourself?
Perfectly happy out here with what I've got and who I've got. It's all fine. Don't think I need anything.
That's fair. Well, thank you for your time.
Kind of smile and nod to him.
Have a
Um,
good day, mister.
Yes, good day.
Aye, safe travels.
You seem nice.
Well done. You did it well. Good job.
I mean, you've just successfully conducted a conversation with someone where
Oh, so-
the most you saw of them was about half an eye.
I mean,
We normally manage.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't incinerate this person.
No. Seemed nice for a weird tree person, but
Not our circus, not our monkeys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's quite the solitary type, it seems. Let's give him his space.
Yeah.
He wasn't mean on the first go. He just asked us what we wanted, and we told him, and he was a perfect gent, more or less.
Yeah.
Ish.
I was gonna say, are we taking any kind of map while we wander? You might, might be nice to know that there's a friendly face, friendly half an eye in a dark treehouse somewhere nearby.
I'm not sure I'd go that far.
You haven't been taking a map so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd describe them as a friendly face.
Considering we didn't really see their face.
And
No.
they're friendly as long as we stayed a certain distance.
Mm.
Everyone's got their weird little things, don't they?
Yes?
Well, he told us about the place. It's big enough, it seems.
Sounds like an actual city, so
Well,
Hmm.
or at least
Why
a
spend
large
this money?
town.
city in over here terms.
Mm.
We'll find out. Although, in fairness, if you live in at the top of a tree to avoid people, a village might be large.
Yeah, he's probably he said
yeah.
he avoided it, so he's probably not been there.
Yeah.
He's probably avoided it.
Find out. I mean, I think everything we've seen so far has always felt like it used to be a lot healthier here.
Yeah, there used to be more.
There was more people, more food, more trades.
Yeah.
But we're here, so we'll make the best of it.
Hopefully we can stoke the economy a little bit with all the money we've got.
Yep, inject some life.
Okay. I assume that during this conversation you've been making your way onwards rather than
Yeah.
standing around
Yeah.
talking suspiciously at the bottom of somebody's treehouse.
Yes.
We're just talking about him right underneath his house.
Goodness sake. Okay. As you continue on a little way, you realise that there's been a couple of what look at this range like they might be giant eagles, which seem to be keeping pace with you. Way higher than you would be able to get at them, but it's a bit odd.
Curious.
Anybody speak eagle?
Just looking if there's anything I could do to possibly
Harry-
interact with them.
Ariad, do you not have some kind of naturey magic?
I'm a ranger, not a druid.
I mean, smelly woods person is close enough. So
I mean, being a ranger and not a druid doesn't preclude you having spells.
yeah.
True.
However,
Animal handling?
I do.
regardless of the answer to that question, there's absolutely no way that they are close enough for you to
Yeah.
communicate with.
Okay.
Unless you really, really throw your voice into the air. Good luck with that.
Well, I was going to say if you can teach me the right whistles and chirps, I do have thaumaturgy, so I could enhance my voice. But I think that's really pushing it. So
Yeah,
we'll just
that'd
leave
be
that.
tricky.
Yeah. I think that's what's known in the trade as a bit of a stretch.
I think we both need to roll 20s for that. And given my luck today, if they come closer, then I can try talk to them, but not at the moment.
We'll keep an eye on them without looking too obvious that we're keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
Okay. As you continue onwards a little further, you see that this patch of forest appears to be in an awful lot better shape than the forest you've been walking through so far. It's almost lush, and there's it's not quite a clearing, it's sort of a group of trees that's sort of set back from the ones around them, and it looks like there are some very tiny huts in and amongst the trees. Would you like to get closer, or would you like to move away?
With it looking so conspicuously lush, can I divine sense to see if this is a consecrated place?
You can. And it's not.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's looking quite lush here. We could see if these people have extra rations available. Wouldn't hurt to have a hearty lunch.
I got sandwiches. I made sandwiches.
That's true.
Extra sandwiches is always good, though.
Extra sandwiches are always good.
Is it gonna take? I'm just wondering if we're gonna get to the town or city before dark or not.
Given that it's looking better here, I'm curious as to why.
Yeah.
Like, does it
When-
feel natural, or like, could it be magic of some kind?
When you say tiny huts, how tiny are we talking?
Are we talking jack height tiny?
You might get almost your entire hand into the entire hut.
Oh, okay, really tiny then.
Oh, so they're smart. I mean, like it doesn't take a great deal of magical knowledge to know that huts that we mean that we're dealing with, I don't know, pixies, like something magical at least, if it's that small. You know what? I think we probably should at least say hello.
Yeah, we could do what we did with the other guy and just introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they turn out to be the tricky sort of fae, then there's a whole lot of foliage around here. That's all I'm saying.
Why does it always end in explosions? Why?
Because
you're
that
in
has-
the game.
Because that has been my purpose. It's what I've been trained to do, and I do it
glad
very
it's not
well.
me. I'm just glad it's not me anymore.
I mean, that's fair. And it does seem to backfire on him a little less.
Yeah.
So far.
We've just
Wait.
now cursed him for.
It's fine. I have fire resistance. Like,
I was gonna say you're fire resistant. That's a
resistant doesn't mean immune, but it's
No.
certainly a good
bit of
start.
help.
It helps.
It
Yeah.
helps.
Okay, so are you
But
going
yeah.
to approach the huts?
Yes, I'll even sit cross-legged to sort of show that I'm not like looming over these things, and just sort of say, "Hello, anyone there?"
Hello. Ooh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Can I try it? 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 The cacophony that erupts. There must be dozens of pixies surrounding you just now.
Ooh.
And they
Hello.
all want to play with everything you're carrying.
No. You can't. Don't touch my stuff, please.
Yeah, Silik's
Very,
really
very picky.
batting them away with his hands. No, no, no! This is mine!
I'll hold my hand out and ask if I can speak to someone directly.
There's a little voice beside your ear. What?
Oh. Ah. I assume that you'll be, well, maybe not the one who's in charge, but the one who's talking to me. Hello, we're travellers from a far-off land. We're just making our way towards the city, and figured we would say our hellos. Be kind and gracious guests.
Yes.
Um,
Do you
Oh,
have shiny
Jack.
things?
Do you
We
like
have-
shiny things?
Everybody likes shiny things.
Oh, tell you what then, I have a great gift, and I'm going to whip out the cloth of gold robes.
Ooh.
We can even cut them up for you so everyone gets a piece.
Yes.
That was a different response.
It's fine. They're fae. They're all creepy. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I think it was
Um,
more of a yes.
Yeah.
It was more like, but why would you cut up the shiny?
Well, they all get a piece of the shiny, so they all
Yeah.
get a
Mhm.
nice tailored outfit made from this one
Yeah.
slightly
Feels like a nice-
blood-stained robe.
Brush that off. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. The scorch marks around it, we'll just trim those off as well. But yeah, it feels somewhat wise to at least leave a small offering when you're dealing with, nature spirits when you're in the middle of a wood. So yeah, I'll lay the cloth of gold robes down in front of me.
Okay. Are you going to cut them up then?
Yeah, I'll start cutting. I'll maybe take a sleeve off first and cut that into strips.
Jack's gonna help and start measuring the tiny little pixies to try and start making little outfits for them.
Well, they can do the tiny stitching, like as long as we know roughly what size.
I can show them the pattern, and then we can make it. They can make them faster.
While they're doing this, can I cast Detect Good and Evil to see
Yes. you
what
can.
these pixies are?
They are, good-ish.
Okay.
They're not. They are fey. They're not anything otherwise concerning.
Mischievous.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to sit and cut up the robes into small, individual-sized pieces, and Jack's going to demonstrate the pattern for them.
And then help one put on, and then tuck it in places. And then make the adjustments and then go, voila!
Which might make this a great time to ask any questions that we have to ask.
So, do you know anything about the city?
What's the city? What's the city? City. What's the city? What's the city?
Well, where the people live. Where do all the people go?
People.
It's
Big
okay.
people.
At this point, Arya is backing away.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
likewise, Silic is with Arya, looking suspiciously at these things and preparing as soon
Yeah.
as the cutting up is complete. Just be like, thank you very much.
Jack gets this vibe as well that they're not going to get much information out of them because since they repeat
Yeah.
everything so much. Like,
Okay. There's your dresses. There's your
So,
stuff. Have a good
we're
day.
now asleep. We're now a sleeve down on the cloth of gold. But that's fine. We can sell the rest.
Here you go, guys.
Okay.
Bye bye now.
You're going to try to make your way away from them without incurring any other sort of complication.
Hopefully
Yes.
they're busy
Slowly
putting the new
extricate
clothes
ourselves.
on.
They do seem to be largely distracted. You do get a couple of quick flights past you with a barely heard whee as you are trying to move away from them. As you get back underway, I assume you're not going to loiter.
Cool.
No.
A quick pat down of your pockets reveals that not a single one of you has a tinderbox any longer. You'll need to replace those when you get to Cragfall.
That's fine. I'm a living tinderbox.
Yeah, we're all right.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Yeah,
it would
that's
cramp your
fair.
style much.
I mean, I'm slightly worried as to what they're going to do with tinderboxes. But
Probably admire
not
them
our-
because they're shiny.
Mm.
yeah, that's not our
It could have been
problem.
worse. They could have discovered the platinum.
Yeah, true.
You might not have been able to pick it up though.
That's
yeah.
true.
That
Also
is
true.
as well.
Okay. So you walk for another couple of hours. Nothing very interesting. Spot of lunch. It feels like the trees are maybe starting to thin out. You stumble over. Well, not quite literally stumble over. You spot what looks like a dagger sticking vertically out of the leaf litter underfoot. And you realise that it's in the eye socket of a skeleton.
This road doesn't get traveled a lot, does it?
Oh.
No, probably
Yeah,
not.
that looks pretty old. But I guess it's a free dagger if anybody wants one.
I mean, I'll take a
Um,
dagger. You never know when that will come in handy.
If you need it.
It's an exceptionally rusty dagger, and it will probably need a little bit of TLC. But you also notice as you get right up to the skeleton that half buried in the leaf litter is a short sword in a scabbard that seems to be completely untouched by the
Hey.
conditions.
Ooh.
Is anybody going to touch it?
Not really my kind of weapon.
Have my daggers.
I was going to say, I think it probably suits Jack more than any of us.
Yeah.
Jack,
I mean, I could take it. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll go
Jack
reach for it.
currently has two short swords, so it seems it is possibly in keeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say Jack will pick it up then.
Okay. you'll be pleased to know that you don't immediately suffer any sort of effect. You will need to work out what it is, though.
Investigation then. Have a look at this. That is an 11.
Okay. So you are holding some sort of magical short sword.
Ooh.
Next time you take a rest, you'll need to spend some time trying to deal with it and seeing whether you want to attune to it.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Um,
Good. Oh.
We might-
just gonna. Ooh.
I might take a minute and kind of sweep out the rest of the leaf litter and see if there's anything else nearby, just in case, you know.
Okay, can I have a
Aye.
dex save from everybody then, please?
You.
Haha. 21.
10.
Yeah.
Also 21. That was a natural 20 for me. My first one in quite a while.
Was that Dex?
Yeah.
7.
Okay. So amongst the leaf litter and scattered for a reasonably wide distance, are things that look like acorns. But as Malakshire moved them aside, they started to explode, starting with ones under his feet, and then all the way around you, for probably 10 or 15 yards in every direction. So,
Oh dear.
Ari that was quite loud. I missed my dice tray. Ari you take, I'm afraid, 3 points of damage from exploding acorns at your ankles.
Oh.
Silic, I'm afraid you take 6 points of damage.
Oh. Shit. Sorry. My bad, guys.
Oh, that's
Gonna-
stung.
I'm gonna reach up and smack Mal across the back of the head.
Deserved. Deserve that for your jealousy. It's unbecoming.
Look, it's fine. I can heal both of you to show my penance.
I think I'll be alright for now. I'm not feeling too bad. Oh, but we should certainly be careful if there's more of that stuff about. Don't want to go stepping
Yeah.
on any more of it.
I'm
Um,
gonna have to keep our eyes open.
Are there any pieces of them left?
There's a little bit of plant matter left, but nothing you can really do a great deal with.
Okay. Well, we'll know for future that things looking like acorns might be tiny explosives.
Indeed.
Yeah, then I will heal Arya, and we can continue on.
Thank you.
Okay. After all of the kerfuffle with the acorns, that brings us out slowly of the tree line. Ahead of you, you can see it's definitely a town more than a village. It's got a bit of a wooden palisade around it, at least on this side. Looks like it's got a gate. It doesn't look like it's necessarily heavily guarded, or at least not as far as you can tell from here. But there are people going in and out, and it looks like there's a decent number of buildings inside the wall. So you're obliged, really, to assume that this is Cragfall.
Excellent.
Good.
So.
Yay.
Yeah. Then, in order to, I guess, announce our presence and show that we're not necessarily some creepy weirdos, we could sing a song as we moved along the path. Arya looks very displeased with that idea.
sounds
Just
exactly like what.
behave like normal people for
It
once.
sounds like the sort of thing some creepy weirdos would say while trying to pretend they weren't creepy weirdos.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Unless we're posing
Yeah.
as troubadours or something.
Yeah.
yeah. No. Travelers will do.
Okay. So, how are you going to approach the gate?
Apparently less creepy than I said.
Is there anybody visibly guarding the gate as we approach?
It looks like there is literally one person stood leaning against the side of the gate, wearing what might charitably be called a uniform. They do appear to be overtly armed, which probably makes them the gate guard.
Okay. Do they look more like militia? I guess. Is there a sense of like this is just the village scrambling something together rather than an official, like, armed force?
It's not entirely easy to tell. You don't think that that they look particularly out of place with a bit of farm implement in their hands instead of the spear that they appear to have been dished out. But there's something about the way they are watching what's going on that suggests that they're not just dragged off a farm to do a turn on the gate.
Okay. Oh, I'll approach then, and I guess Silic will
Yeah.
raise a hand and go, "Good day to you. Are we free to enter the village today?"
Aye, come into Cragfall if you like. If you're not bothering anyone, you're not causing any bother. What's you here for today then?
Some trade and, well, just to get the lay of the land.
Yeah, not local? No, you don't look local. No, that's fair
No.
enough.
And smile at him and walk in and hopefully not get any more questions.
Wave as we go past.
Enjoy your
Have a
stay.
good day.
I was going to say we have a tendency to talk ourselves into things if we say too much.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we
fair.
we need to learn to move on fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to do now you're inside?
What are we presented with as we get in? Are we entering like a courtyard area, or
No, you're straight in. It's just a single wall. There's streets fanning out in several directions. It looks like it's definitely something that's grown over time. It's not very well laid out.
okay.
You can see over to the right hand side of you. It looks like there might be a bit of a market. It looks a bit quieter over to the left. Maybe residential sort of buildings. A few folk have got fire going, even though it's the middle of the day. So, yeah, there's probably some small craft going on as well.
And I guess we'll probably take a stroll through the market, see if we can get a bit of an idea as to what the conditions are like around here.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just having a bit of a survey?
Bit of a survey, I think.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
having a good look around first seems sensible. And then we can work out.
Yep, that seems
Like-
reasonable.
Although I am keeping an eye out for somewhere I can go and get a bath. But
I doubt that's gonna happen. Yeah, just
listen,
like
we
get
have
a
enough
lay of
money
the
that I
land.
can. We have enough money I could definitely buy myself a bath.
This is true.
You have enough money, you could probably get somebody to conjure you a bath if you could find a mage. Okay, so the market is, it's a little bit rustic. It's not. I mean, it's very firmly that this is on the cusp between being considered a village and being considered a proper town. But the market has a decent array of things. There's a bunch of various food stalls. There's somebody even enterprising with what looks like it might be some sort of corn and an open flame. It seems to make some popping noises. There's a few people interested in that, but it's not drawing a crowd. Other than that, you can see there are a couple of people with what looks a bit more like an assortment of random bits. So it's not purely subsistence as a market goes. There's definitely some proper trade as well going on. And then a little bit further back, you can see that there are some more permanent structures. Looks like there might be a bit of blacksmiths, maybe a couple of other things that you can't immediately call out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over and get some of the popping corn.
Yeah.
I've
Jack
not tried
takes it.
that. It might be tasty.
Ooh. Goes pop. It's like watching it.
Okay. It's easily done and costs you coppers.
Wandering around the market stall.
Are there any
Enjoying
vendors,
popcorn as we go.
are there any vendors that look like they're selling magical wares, stuff that might be enchanted?
There's nobody that's advertising that they are selling magical wares, but there are the stalls that are selling things that you would generally call trinkets, and it wouldn't be unthinkable that some of those might be magical. Either whether they know about it or not is a separate question.
Well, I was going to say whether they say they're magical or not is the other thing. Yeah, we'll cast a curious eye over the trinkets, see if anything jumps out at any of us.
Okay. That's fine. Would anybody like to look for specific trinkets, or are you just interested in finding whatever you can browse up?
I'm looking for anything like gloves or a helmet or something that would give me some kind of an advantage as a fighter.
Okay. The trinkets really are a bit are a bit more basic than that. They are, brooches, necklaces, things like that. If you wanted a helmet, you might be able to talk to the blacksmith at the back of the market area. Gloves, you haven't yet seen anyone that would necessarily be offering gloves, but there may well be a crafter somewhere in here that will do something like that.
Okay.
Anybody else for a trinket at all?
I think I'm just going to be wandering around, enjoying the different,
Absolutely fine.
like the change of pace.
Yeah. I mean, I might see if we can dig out a couple of the little. Did we take any of the trinkets with us? I think we took the necklace.
You took the necklace and the mask.
Oh yeah, no, I'm keeping the mask. So, yeah, I'll maybe see if I can, just to kind of show that we are here to take part in trade and that we are, like here on honest business. That I'll maybe see if I can get the necklace appraised effectively.
So you'd like as more or less your first action in a new place to get appraised a necklace which is the locket of somebody that you killed on your
Yeah,
way
fair
here
point.
that contains the
We still
portrait of
don't-
somebody you don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Mm.
I'll maybe hold off on that one. Fair point.
Yeah, I'm happy for you to go ahead with that, but I find it's useful sometimes just to recap how you got here.
Yeah, that is fair. No, in that case, I might keep my eye out for like a sage or someone who looks like they can read, who might be able to identify the scroll.
Okay. You don't see anybody that immediately seems to fit that description, but it's entirely possible that there'll be somebody around who
Yeah.
might be able to help you.
Fair.
Anybody else? Other than that, we might look at whether or not we can find Malakthar somewhere to have a bath.
That'd be good.
I mean, I think we could all do with one if we can find one.
Yeah,
could all do
we
a
should
proper
we
bath.
should find lodgings.
Yeah.
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 I'll buy Emil some snacks before we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
we bought him popcorn as well. We bought him popcorn as well.
That's fine.
Of course.
Okay. You can spot the inn relatively easily because it's as you get about halfway up through the market area, it's just off to your left-hand side. It got a great big sign over the front of it. And it goes by the glorious name of the Watering Hole.
That'll do.
It's a reasonably substantial building. It looks like it might even have proper foundations. Beer might even be in a cellar, if you're very lucky.
I was going to say, I think after everything we've been through, we'll be looking for something stronger than beer, but we'll ask.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you go amble into the watering hole. Behind the bar is a tall, looks like a tall female human. Looks up, nods in your general direction, returns to what she was in the middle of.
Is it particularly busy or fairly quiet?
It's moderately busy. There's plenty of tables taken. There's a few free. Nobody's particularly interested in people walking through the door, though.
That's fair. In that case, you guys can go and get a seat. I will head up to the bar and ask for 4 beers, 4 shots of your strongest, whatever you have, and a small beer for the boy.
Well, we can do that for you. Let's see, the strongest of what we've got. That would be my own creation. You'll enjoy that. We'll put hair on the insides of your chest. That'll be. Is it just for the drinks, or are you staying?
We'll stay tonight. We'll get ourselves. How many rooms do you have?
Oh, we've got enough and a plenty. What do you want? 1 or 2 between you?
We'll take 2 between us.
Very well. Baths, dinners,
Yes, to both.
breakfasts as well.
Yes,
Of course.
That'll be. See, between the set of you, that'll be 15 gold, please.
That's absolutely fine. Yep, I will look over at Aria, remembering that I don't carry any money. One second. We allow her to be the responsible one. Yes. Then I'll get 15 gold out of the kitty, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine. We have plenty at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't act so unbothered.
Sunday.
It's fine.
Good
We're
enough.
travellers from a far off land.
We can just
True.
explain that, we've just been traveling for so long, we're just desperate. We don't have time to argue.
Yep.
Okay.
Feed us. Please feed us.
You have a range of drinks, which might be interesting and hopefully will be tasty. You have rooms. You have access to baths. You have dinner and breakfast already organised. And there we shall leave you for the evening. And we'll come back next time and see what else you might want to do in Cragfall.
Sounds good.
So, homework for the cast, because I know nobody wants to watch a shopping episode unless there are fireballs in it, which there might be because Malexar exists. However,
Yep.
rather than spend a whole bunch of next episode shopping, cast, please make sure to provide me with a list of the things you need to buy and the things you would like to try to buy.
Okay.
Okay.
You have free reign to say what you want in that list,
Oh.
but not everything will be viable.
Of course.
So we'll come back next time and we'll see what the little shopping sprees have turned up and what they might turn up in future.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So, last thoughts from the cast?
It's nice to not end an episode about to start a fight or in the middle of the woods.
Or both.
Shopping,
true.
shopping.
It has been a bit heavy going. But, we're on this side of the veil, it's to be expected.
That's it.
So
It's a lot more action packed over here.
Yeah, they're not pulling their
Yeah.
punches anymore.
No.
But at least it's up front.
Yeah.
Our side
Mhm.
had all of the sneaky politics and stuff. So
Mhm.
over here at least seems to be more honest about it. So
They'll definitely tell you before they stab you in the face. Mostly.
well, they'll make it
Yeah.
obvious that they want to stab you, which is frankly an improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I would
fair.
agree.
Okay. Dragon, do you want to torch us out, or shall I torch us out?
I can talk us out. So thank you for watching us. This is our only actual D&D 5e campaign because we don't tend to do published campaigns otherwise. You can listen or watch all of our stuff on penancerpg.com, on any podcast app, or on YouTube. Our DM tonight has been Lunrwolf, who I will put a shout out in the chat for his channel, and for Eden.
Thank you.
We are streaming most days of the week at various times, usually starting about 7 or 8 p.m. UK. We have a couple of wonderful sponsors, so if you want to get a discount on some absolutely gorgeous dice or dice trays or related things, you can get 10% off at dndice.co.uk with the code PenanceRPG. And if you want to get like third-party D&D content, we also have some dice and things that Pete has just put up, which really confused me there for a moment in the chat. So Nikolai will be streaming most times in the rest of the week, and we'll be back in 2 weeks, hopefully.
All being well? Okay. Who are we going to raid out to, Dragon?
We shall probably raid out to Crimson, I think. Who's not coming up in the raid list? Really?
Of course not. That happens.
Okay, so we are going to raid out to... No, that's not who I thought it was.
We're not going to raid out there. This time for sure.
Maybe? I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I am wonderful with Twitch, can't you tell?
Is that where you thought we were going?
Where? What?
I don't know.
Totally confused. We'll go to Crimson Albedo, who is playing Donkey Kong.
Okay.
So, yeah, we shall see you all next time. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
See ya.